I want to express my gratitude to the sponsors of this interview. Dr. Tony Oyatido, the president, News Time Worldwide, who wrote the best-selling book, Leadership in 1995. Thank you very much indeed, Doctor. And I also want to thank the Commissioner for Water Resources and Sanitation, Akwa Ibom State, the Honorable Ubo. I owe you sponsors plenty of gratitude. Thank you very much indeed for having stood by me. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm fine. Am I on to Chief Mandla Mandela?
Yes, you are speaking to him.
Okay, so the 18th July every year is celebrated as Nelson Mandela International Day, as declared by the world governing body. The United Nations gave us that date to be celebrating because Dr. Nelson Mandela was born on the 18th of July. So we are privileged today to be speaking to the head of the Mandela family, who is also the official spokesperson, Chief Mandla Mandela. Now, Chief, how does it feel to be a Mandela?
Well, thank you for inviting us for this interview, and good morning to you and listeners. First and foremost, for us as the Mandela family, the 18th of July is a very special day for us because the founding father of our nascent democracy and our global icon, His Excellency President Nelson Mandela, was born on this day in a tiny village of Mvezo on the banks of Mbashe River in Mthatha, the Eastern Cape province in South Africa. And having dedicated 67 years of his life serving humanity, this day was recognized as the United Nations for being the Nelson Mandela International Day, a global call for us to dedicate 67 minutes of our time serving our communities and the areas we live in and are located in. So for us as a family, this is an immense honor that has been bestowed onto my grandfather and our family legacy. And we want to continue to ensure that generations after generations, this is always anchored within society, that future leaders of our communities, our towns, cities, and our countries continue to serve the communities and better the lives of ordinary people.
Okay. So when you, as a Mandela, gets into any person's family, any person's office, and you mention your name, my name is Mandla Mandela, what is the reaction? How do people react to that name?
You would have realized by now, my brother, that I never used the name Mandela. In my social media, everywhere I have, it is Nkosi Zwelithini. Nkosi is the indigenous title of chief, and my name as the chief is Zwelithini. Mandla, which has been shortened to Mandla, is my birth name as a boy. So in our tradition and culture, African culture as is, you are born with no surname. Traditionally, a boy is given a name at birth and a girl at birth. And a boy is given a name of manhood when he's undergone a circumcision transition to manhood. And the girl is given a womanhood name after they have undergone their cycle and they have been married into a family. So in this regard, surnames have been a Eurocentric identity that has been enforced on us through colonialism. And in this regard, I have never adhered to that and do not introduce myself as Mandela. My grandfather's grandfather, whom we trace our family surname from, was Mandela. He was born a prince by His Majesty King Gubengcuka. My son today is Mandela II, who is named after the one we trace our family surname from. So I think all of us in the family have been bestowed the responsibility to continue championing the causes of our family, of serving humanity and ensuring that we better the lives of our communities. And therefore, as a chief of Mvezo and a traditional leader, I don't see a necessity of putting my surname first, but putting my community first, the plight of my people, and bringing them out of poverty and ensuring that they are able to come into the 21st century playing a meaningful role in bettering their lives.
Congratulations on all of that. Okay, now I want to express my gratitude to the sponsors of this interview, Dr. Tony Oyatido, the president, News Time Worldwide, who wrote the best-selling book, Leadership in 1995. Thank you very much indeed, Doctor. And I also want to thank the Commissioner for Water Resources and Sanitation, Akwa Ibom State, the Honorable Ubo. I owe you sponsors plenty of gratitude. Thank you very much indeed for having stood by me. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you very much. On the 18th July 1998, I hope I'm correct, Her Excellency Gracia Machel got married to Dr. Nelson Mandela. Was it a coincidence or a planned thing?
Come again?
I said on the 18th July 1998, Her Excellency Dame Gracia Machel got married to Nelson Mandela. Was it a coincidence or it was a planned affair?
Well, I wouldn't know about my grandfather's affairs as I'm very young to be discussing elders' relationships.
Okay.
And right. You've lost the opportunity of speaking with Madiba himself while he was alive. But I'm sure you can invite Mam Grasa, whom we fondly call her Mam Nosizwe, the mother. Okay, so what have you put together in celebration of your grandfather Mandela's Day this year? Well, for us as a community, we always adhere to what the United Nations Global Call has been in honoring the 67 years of service that my grandfather dedicated in serving humanity. We therefore have called on our community in Mvezo Komkhulu, the great place, to ensure that they come on community projects that will able to transform our community. So today in particular, we have a TB and HIV/AIDS screening activity where we have called on our young people, our mothers and fathers and the elderly to come and be screened so that we can be able to rid ourselves of the challenges we have, particularly with TB and HIV in the community. But tomorrow we will also be visiting the 7 villages in Mvezo, great place where Madiba was born, and hand out 100 seedlings to the various communities to be able to have vegetable gardens that they can plant with the upcoming season, so they can be able to sell and produce vegetables in their communities. But on Friday, we will then conclude with a cleaning ceremony in Madiba's birthplace because on maintenance issues, we will probably be fixing some of the broken windows and also doing landscaping and cutting grass and cleaning the area. This is an activity for our young people in the schools that we have built here in the community as the royal family. At this point, I want to thank you, Chief Mandla Mandela, and congratulate you on all that you've done for your people. And we, in our part of the world in Nigeria, will also be celebrating the 67 minutes trying to see what we do to benefit humanity. Thank you very much indeed for being on my program. Thank you so much for the invitation, and we hope in the near future we will come and participate in your activities when we honor and celebrate our founding father of our nascent democracy and our global icons, legacy and the work that he has done. So thank you so much, and I look forward to visiting Lagos and Nigeria soon.
Thank you very much indeed, and my love to everyone in South Africa.
We send our greetings and love to you and all your listeners. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. I want to express my gratitude to the sponsors of this interview. Dr. Tony Oyatido, the President, News Time Worldwide, who wrote the best-selling book, Leadership in 1995. Thank you very much indeed, Doctor. And I also want to thank the Commissioner for Water Resources and Sanitation, Akwa Ibom State, the Honorable Ubo Ubo. I owe you sponsors plenty of gratitude. Thank you very much indeed for having stood by me. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Thank you very much.